at times when we are on a career path, when we are passionate about some things, but while continuously doing it, at times we sometimes forget the willpower we have. Like, uh, the willpower we had when we had started something. And how do we overcome the lost willpower and be as just as passionate when we had started it? And during at times, how do we and why do we sometimes make it easier to take shortcuts when we have lost our willpower during our path?
Okay. Neha, I'll repeat your question. What I understand what you're trying to say is, when we have lost our willpower, why is it easier to choose shortcuts and how far can it take us? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Typically in a lot of stories, we tend to hear, and they lived happily ever after. In fact, even if you read Valmiki Ramayana, that also, it's like after Ram and Sita come back to Ayodhya, it ends on a similar note. So, as Indians, we love our movies also to have that happy ending. We love to know that the protagonist in the story went through struggles to eventually get happiness ever after. A happy picture is one where there is greenery always, lots of laughter, love, etc., etc. But in reality, can it always be green? Can the fields always be ready for harvesting? Just imagine, when the fields are ready for harvesting, if the harvesting is not done in time, can the prosperity come in? Further, immediately after harvesting, if the farmer doesn't get back to working on the next crop, how long will the good times remain? Where does the farmer get the motivation to keep on working? It comes from the understanding of the cyclical phenomenon of prosperity related to crops. It also represents the understanding of the continuity of the life cycle. This understanding leads one to conditioning the mind into accepting the reality. This understanding directs the focus towards the process and not the goal. This is because of the insight in the cyclical phenomena of each event. The latter, that is the understanding of the cyclical phenomena, makes a person realize that there are no real shortcuts in life. Each step in the process gets entwined in the next. One starts focusing on the experience at each step. The time only passes fast when we enjoy a task and passes slow when we do not enjoy it. Again, passion drives our willpower. So finding one's passion and then following the path leads one to the path of continuous growth. Motivation then stays on. This change of approach and focus on the process makes each event in the process an experience. It's like a milestone waiting to be achieved. Each moment has something to look forward to. The inner strength increases. We realize that the longer the journey, the richer experiences are that enrich our life. These experiences are what really take us longer. So when we start understanding this, then we will not focus on trying to look for shortcuts. We'll understand that whatever happens, we need to move on. We need to continue. Hope that answers your question, Neha. Would love to hear your thoughts. And Anushri too.
Yes, ma'am. It is quite something that we have to be continuous and work hard towards what we want and not apply for shortcuts. Try to be on the right path so we can move forward better way. Maybe slow, but in a good pace.
Continue. Yeah, Anushri.
Ma'am, I also feel that like whatever I have learned from my academic journey specifically is that we are not machines and we don't have an unlimited source of willpower. So we will
Yes,
need to take those breaks which we want and which our body and our mind needs. And I think that might play a role in refreshing our lost willpower and avoid us taking shortcuts which will not take us anywhere in the long run.
absolutely. Absolutely. Very good. Okay.